in the golden kingdom of Soleria, surrounded by shining rivers and endless meadows, lived a kind-hearted and wise princess named Aurelia. She had long silver hair that shimmered like moonlight and eyes that sparkled with quiet courage. The people adored her, and her laughter brought joy to the palace halls. But not everyone in the kingdom loved her. The royal vizier, Lord Malric, was jealous of the love the people had for her. He had secretly made a dark alliance with an exiled sorcerer known as Morgren the Black Flame, a powerful magician who had once tried to take over Soleria but was banished by the king. One night, as the stars lit up the sky, Princess Aurelia walked in the palace gardens alone. The air shimmered with strange whispers. Suddenly, a shadow loomed before her. Before she could scream, a swirl of black smoke wrapped around her and vanished, taking her with it. By the time the guards arrived, there was no sign of her. Only a faint scent of burning herbs and a strange black feather remained. The palace was in chaos. When Prince Valen, Aurelia's older brother, heard the news, he rushed back from the northern border where he had been training with the royal army. He was tall, brave, and carried a sword made from star steel, the only metal that could cut through sorcery. "I will bring my sister back," he said, his voice steady with fury. But deep in his heart, he had doubts, for the magical trail had vanished, and no one knew where the sorcerer had taken her. What no one knew was that Lord Malric, the vizier, was the one who had allowed Morgren to breach the palace's magical defenses. He had turned off the protective spells the night of the kidnapping. He now pretended to weep before the king, while secretly planning to take the throne once the princess was declared gone forever. Meanwhile, Princess Aurelia awoke in a dark crystal chamber deep inside a mountain. Her wrists were bound by glowing red chains, and across the room stood Morgren, his eyes burning with cold fire. "You are the key, princess," he hissed. "With your royal blood, I will break the seal that keeps the old gods asleep. Then I will rule this world." Aurelia, though frightened, did not break. "You may have magic, but you will never have the loyalty of the people," she said. "They will never bow to a coward." Morgren growled and raised his staff, but she did not flinch. Back in Soleria, Prince Valen had begun investigating the night of the kidnapping. With the help of a young spell reader named Lyra, he discovered traces of dark magic on the palace gates. More shocking, they found that Lord Malric's seal had been used to deactivate the magical protection spells that night. Valen confronted the vizier in the royal hall. "You betrayed our family," he said, eyes blazing. "You opened the door to the sorcerer." Malric smirked. "And what will you do about it, little prince? I will expose you, and then I'll destroy the monster you brought into our land." Malric tried to escape but was caught by the royal guards. The people of the palace, furious at the betrayal, locked him in the dungeons. Now Valen turned his full focus to finding Aurelia. Lyra used her magic to trace the blood bond between the siblings. "She's in the northern mountains," she said, "but beware. The mountain is alive with magic. It feeds on fear." Valen didn't hesitate. He mounted his horse, strapped on his star-steel blade, and rode off into the night. Days later, he reached the cursed mountain. The path twisted like a serpent, and the air shimmered with illusions. Shadows whispered lies, trying to break his spirit, but Valen pressed on. In the heart of the mountain, he found Aurelia, still chained. Morgren stood before her, chanting ancient words. "You're too late, prince," the sorcerer hissed. Valen drew his sword. "I'm never too late for my sister." Their battle began. Flames and lightning clashed against steel and courage. Morgren summoned beasts of smoke and fire, but Valen cut through them, his heart burning with the need to protect. Aurelia, though weak, whispered a spell she had learned from old palace scrolls. The red chains around her cracked. With a final cry, Valen struck Morgren's staff, shattering it into 1,000 sparks.
The sorcerer screamed as the mountain shook and swallowed him in a pit of fire.
Valen rushed to Aurelia and caught her in his arms. "I told you I'd find you," he said softly. They returned to Soleria as heroes. Lord Malric, exposed and disgraced, was banished forever. The kingdom celebrated the courage of its princess and the bravery of its prince. Aurelia took her place once more as the voice of the people, stronger than ever. "And Valen, the Knight of Stars, was remembered as the one who stood against darkness with the power of love and loyalty. Moral: true strength lies not in magic or power, but in the bonds of family, truth, and courage.